Hey folks, welcome to our first Pontera Product Insider event. This is going to be the first of many events exclusively for Pontera users where we'll cover best practices, insights from fellow and top advisors on Pontera, and the best success stories. If you have a question, please feel free to throw it in the chat. We'll be on top of that, here to talk with you. This is going to be 22 minutes of action-packed advice, and stay to the end where we'll be sharing the link for the brand new Client Conversation Handbook.
That's right, Sam. And we're here to solve one problem. How do you make 401k management an easy yes? Not a maybe later, not a let me think about it, and not an email me a link and we'll review it at a later date. Because most advisors do not lose this conversation on value. They lose it on the handoff and the positioning. I spent several years as a financial advisor and also trained them at JPMorgan Chase, and I know the challenges that advisors face when talking through their clients with 401k management.
Absolutely. My name's Sam, part of our product marketing team here at Pontera, and I've analyzed what our top 10% of advisors on Pontera do, studying through thousands of our calls, extracting all the best insights to learn what are the best talk tracks, how we overcome specific objections, and learn what makes those top 10% of advisors add an average of 39 client accounts on Pontera. So we're here to give you those best tips today.
That's right, Sam. And for years, most advisors have been running the same play, right? And that's what we call the homework model. Bring in a statement to me. I'll take a look at the positions that are on page 3 or 4. I'll provide you some basic recommendations. I'll recommend what you should go home and do. And then you as the client are going to have to go back home, log in, and make those recommendations yourselves. That's what we like to call the homework model, Sam. And guess what? We're very aware for decades that the homework model is broken.
Yeah, it is broken. And the reason this matters is simple, because there are over 85 million Americans right now that rely on their 401k, on their workplace retirement accounts. These are way too important to be leaving on the sidelines, to be reviewing, once a year, once every 2 years, maybe giving some free advice here and there. This is crucial to the entire financial plan. And if it sits outside of that financial plan, the plan is incomplete.
And you know what, Sam? It's not the client's fault. And it's not the advisor's fault either. For decades, these are the solutions that they've had in front of them, right? So it's basically review it and hope they act. Provide the recommendations on a piece of paper, offer it through them over Zoom. Maybe they make the right recommendations, maybe they make them right now, but life gets in the way sometimes, right? So procrastination can happen, bigger needs from family can happen. Where are those changes being adopted in a timely manner? And sure enough, we know from experience, advisors come back to those review times and notice either changes weren't made at the right time or even made at all.
And you've done your best with this situation, but the client still missed out. They missed out on better coordination, better oversight, asset location across their entire plan, better rebalancing, and ultimately a more complete plan. And so today, we're changing the playbook. This is not a 45-minute product demo. This is exactly the talk tracks, 22 minutes, so that you can bring this to your clients, handle the real objections, and get the account connected in a way that doesn't turn it back into homework for your client. Based on what we've seen, all the best top advisors do.
All right, Sam, let's talk about one of the biggest mistakes we see early on, and I think it's pitching the software as opposed to the service. And the challenge there is clients don't really care about the tools you have and the name brands that they have. Clients really care about what those services provide them of value on making sure they retire better.
100%. Clients care about the trust relationship and know that you have the strategy to help them achieve their retirement goals. And so that's the whole game of this. Definitely write this down, that clients are not buying a platform, they are buying more complete advice, a holistic view of their wealth managed by you. So now, best talk track to lead with is, we now have a secure way to include your workplace retirement account in the same broader strategy as the rest of your plan. And that's what lands.
And we actually have proof that it lands. Advisors see an 88% adoption rate from their clients when they present Pontera. So we see that when the conversation is being had, clients are receptive to it.
That's exactly right. When you're talking about this with your client, it shouldn't sound like a brand new feature release, brand new product, software, tech that you got on your desk. It should sound like an advice to the relationship of advice an update to the advice relationship that you already have with your client. So instead of, we have this brand new software called Pontera, try this. Your retirement account can now be managed as a part of the same strategy as the rest of your wealth. Or we've added a secure capability that lets me manage this account as part of your broader strategy. And only after that do you have to say, and we use Pontera to make that possible. You don't have to lead with the name of Pontera. Start with the outcome rather than the method to get there.
Yeah, and this is where advisors are having really good success, Sam, is making sure they're differentiating between what their service is like today and the upgrade and service that they have now. Showing the differentiation between the level of management and service they're going to be able to provide is the key difference.
Let's talk through the 4 moves that make Pontera land. Think of this as a clean 4-play drive that gets you to the end zone every time. Play 1, expose the gap. Show them what's missing. Play 2, position how Pontera helps. Explain what is new and why it matters. Play 3, alleviate your client's concerns before they become roadblocks. And play 4, frame the next steps so that the next action is frictionless.
So let's run the plays, Sam. Play 1, expose the gap. Explain to your client what's been challenging up until this point, right? So when your client comes in for, let's say, an annual review, you can communicate to them, hey, by the way, up until now, we've had this gap. Your retirement account that you're currently contributing to is sitting outside the investment strategies that I'm helping you manage today. We know the challenges that we faced with, as of right now, we're providing you recommendations and sending you home to make those changes yourself. The challenge is that is, as an active manager, making sure that you're retiring better and hitting your achievement goals, we can't see that day to day and truly incorporate that into your existing portfolio strategies. Step 2, position the upgrade and not the software. So it's less about we've got a new tool, Pontera, and more about we can now provide an elevated level of service to you that's really going to change how we're managing going forward. And what we can do now with the brand new services is pull in your data from your 401k and manage that on your behalf. So the changes that we can do is I'm going to be able to provide quarterly rebalancing for you to make sure that your investment strategy stays consistent with that allocation. I'm also going to be updated timely with any changes inside your workplace retirement plan that would be important to us. For example, if there are any fund lineup changes, instead of that money either going into cash or into an alternative investment that might not be suitable for you, I'm going to be able to see that, get alerted, and make the right adjustments on your behalf. And third, true discipline and consistency year over year across your full financial picture, making sure we've got the right diversification all the time.
Absolutely. I mean, you nailed this on play 1 and 2, we're set. Play 3, that's where we alleviate concerns. So your client is going to come to you and say, why now? Why should we get started with this now? What was happening before? What's the fee going to be? Is this secure? Have we seen other folks implement this? And this is your chance to come in confidently and reassure your client, rather than leading with all the technical details. In a few minutes, we'll talk you through exactly how to go through this talk track and what we see our top advisors do to alleviate these concerns. Play 4, this is where you frame the next step. It's so easy to say, I'll send you a link, you can check it out later, or let me know if this sounds interesting. But once you have this conversation, the best next step is to make it as seamless as possible for you to help your client connect their account live in person and set it up for success, clean, simple, secure, right there.
To wrap that up, Sam, that playbook primarily geared towards existing customers, right? Expose the gap, upgrade the level of service. For new clients, it's even simpler. Make this a part of your process from day one. So when you're talking about onboarding new customers, it's very simple. Just tell them part of what we do here is making sure we're managing your full and complete financial picture. And that includes your workplace retirement accounts. So what we can do for you is securely connect your active contributing workplace retirement plans into our ecosystem, and that's going to allow us to have management across your full financial picture going forward.
Exactly, and here's a coaching tip of what we've seen best advisors do. Don't add in more complexity, make it sound like this is some full extra project. Just introduce this very simply as you've hired me to help manage your financial picture strategically, and this allows me to do that more completely.
So let's cover some objections, Sam, or client concerns that they may have when presenting Pontera. And one we hear from a lot from advisors is about fee or cost to service. I love telling this anecdote because we've talked to so many advisors that have truly adopted Pontera into their practice today. And what they've realized once they started having conversations is the concern of cost was really coming from them and not the clients. When clients see the value and the service is presented the right way, they assume there's going to be a cost to the service because of the upgrade and the similarity in management they're going to be able to provide. That's also coinciding with the accounts that they already manage. So this is something that I think advisors have a hesitation to present to existing clients and creates the initial roadblock for themselves to even have the conversation up front. Now, let's say you do provide that value and a client still has that question, which is perfectly okay. We want to make sure we're giving you data and tools that you can show that are good proof points to build belief in your client base as well, but we also want that confidence with the advisors. So sometimes we hear from advisors, well, where's the success with your existing firms that you've been working with? And we've actually got a case study on our platform, which is public. You can go right to our website and view it, with Hill Investment Group, and their adoption rate was roughly around 90% to the clients they actually presented this with. And one client alone onboarded about a $2.5 million 401k for professional management. And that's really exciting success.
100%. And what's cool is that the evidence is showing this too. If you go to outside sources, Vanguard, they cited a study where professionally managed 401ks outperform self-directed accounts by about 3 to 4% annually net of fees. So you're charging for one of the most important accounts in the household to stop floating outside the plan. So if it's appropriate, you can share that with your client on that stat of the 3 to 4% higher returns. But ultimately, you're providing the same level of service that you do across your portfolio now to this account, one of their largest assets, as a part of the plan now.
Yeah, and Sam, to wrap that up, when in doubt, always lean on the new value you can provide today as opposed to your previous workflows. So right now, Sam, what I'm going to be able to do for you that's different, as I mentioned, is pull in this data so I can have real-time views across your entire portfolio, including that workplace retirement plan. I'm going to have the ability to rebalance quarterly to make sure your allocation, it has the right risk tolerance consistently month over month, year over year. I'm going to have timely updates. If there's any plan changes and investment options that might be different in that plan, I can get alerted and make adjustments where needed. And I'm also going to make sure there's true diversification across all of your assets. So I can look at what you have with me today. I can look at that workplace retirement plan, make sure we've got the right positions working and operating day over day to be as efficient as possible, including tax efficiency, which I think is really important for most clients.
Now, let's talk about security. Confidence is everything here. You can say to your client, first of all, you authorize the connection. Pontera is securely built, just like so many of the other platforms we use to manage your portfolio, so that one, I never see your login credentials, and two, this allows your 401k or workplace retirement account to be connected to the rest of the plan. If your client still has questions, you can direct them right to our Trust and Security page, where Pontera details the SOC 2 certification, bank level encryption, and I know you have a pro level tip too as well, Ian.
Yeah, I think getting familiarity with how the connection works is pretty important for clients, right? So Sam, if someone goes, well, how does this work? How are you able to do that? I think find commonality in all of the technology that we use today, right? So this is credential sharing technology. And what that really means is you're using your login credentials via Pontera to allow connectivity to your workplace retirement account. This is something we use every single day as consumers. I just don't think we think about it as much, right? So think about how we connect via Venmo, or how you're connecting your other bank accounts, let's say at one institution to another, to be able to view in one simple place. Those are similar credential sharing technologies we use today. So I think when you provide that relation to your customers, they have a better understanding of how this actually works.
Okay, so Ian, what if a client asks, well, why now?
I think it's keep it really simple and honest. And it's Sam, because we weren't able to do this before. This is a brand new service that we have. It's a brand new technology. It's really exciting. We would have done this 5-10 years ago if we had the ability. That's why now. And I think why we want to adopt this immediately is because we want to make sure you are on track as best we can to make sure you achieve your goals. And we believe this is going to help us do that.
All right, let's pop the hood on Pontera for a minute. When you're here on Pontera, getting started is completely frictionless. First step you do is click on Supported Custodians and search for your client's financial institution to make sure it's supported. Next up, you click on Add New Client to add your client's profile to the platform. And here you're all set. Perfect. Next, you'll see the client dashboard. This is where you'll see all of your clients' accounts in one place once you've added them. And that's the next step, is clicking on Add Account. Once you've done this, you actually have two methods to help your client connect their account securely to Pontera. You can do it with them live, clicking on Add Account. This is if you have your client live with you, walk them through it, immediately get it done, or you can send your client a secure link via email, either getting the link, sending the email to from yourself, or sending email to client from Pontera. And Ian, I know you have some pro tips on this.
Yeah, I think especially for first-time connections, Sam, do it live with them as much as you can. It's 3 simple steps to get their account connected, but when you can walk them through it, you know the account connection takes place, it's immediately done, and then you can have that handoff period of, great, Sam, now we've connected your account to Pontera, and I'm gonna be able to manage it on your behalf going forward, and it sunsets that hallmark model for good.
I love that. Just take care of it live. And one last pro tip, if you want a true cheat code for your first few account connections, you can actually book the client connection desk. You'll find this as soon as you're going through the account connection. And through this, you can book one of our onboarding specialists to be on the Zoom call with you to ensure the setup is flawless and that your client has the best experience.
All right, Sam, so you showed us the account connection process. How do you communicate it to customers?
Yeah, so you know how it works now. You know how easy it is to get started. After you've introduced Pontera to your clients, the value of 401k management, you say, if this makes sense, the next step is to securely connect your account so I can start including it in the same broader strategy that we already use for the rest of your plan. And then add, the easiest way to do this is to connect it together right now so it's simple and done right. And this is not salesy, it's helpful. We hear this from all the top advisors that those who do it live, the connection, or on Zoom, they usually get it done faster and provide a much better experience for your clients. And it can actually move pretty fast. The Hill Investment Group case study we were just talking about, they actually reported 18 million onboarded in under 3 months. That's clients who they were able to immediately onboard to Pontera because the value was clear and the connection happened in the meeting, not later.
Yeah, I think that's right, Sam, too. And I think another big piece is understanding where to start as an advisor looking at your client base. And I think the big part of that is don't overcomplicate it either, right? When you think through your clients and the clients that you know, start with the ones where there's clear value. You're gonna immediately think of clients that don't handle volatility well at all. You know those individuals that call you with concerns when volatile markets happen with the clients you manage today. These clients are a perfect fit for 401k management. The second ones is clients who have already asked for this. We all know as a former advisor, I know this very well, and I'm sure you do too. Clients come in on those annual reviews with those statements in hand, proactively asking for guidance. So I think those are 2 clear ways to start. And then the third one would be those individuals that already know that 401k and retirement account is their only nest egg. It's a big part of their picture, and they see that as the only way to retire, and I think you're off to a great start.
All right, let's land this. The best conversations are client first. They do 4 things well. First, expose the gap.
Sam, one of your most important retirement accounts has not been getting the same level of oversight as the rest of the accounts in your financial plan.
Second, position how Pontera helps.
Before I was able to give you recommendations off statements, as you know, now we're able to pull in your 401k along with the rest of your full financial picture and provide you quarterly management and rebalancing going forward.
Play 3, alleviate concerns, and then play 4, frame next steps.
The connection process is secure and easy. Would love to do that with you today if you're on board so we can start management right after we leave this meeting.
As promised, we put all of this into the client conversation handbook. So go ahead and download it, sending the link in the chat. This includes the simple talk tracks, those fee responses, language around security, and the Wednesday morning follow-up email templates you can use today, next week, and to keep using on a continual basis. The point of this session was not to give you a 45-minute platform demo or talk through all the technical features. It's for you to have a better conversation with your clients so that you can run this play to give your clients a better financial future.
Download the handbook, pick 5 clients, start having conversations today.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.